So before we start today, I just want to remind you that the 60% maximum for lateness has started as of 6 minutes ago now for anything from Unit 1. So you can still turn in stuff from Unit 1, but if you haven't turned it in up to this point in time, now that there is a late penalty to go along with that. If you're just fixing something from Unit 1, because I sent it back to you and I said you need to fix this, that's different because you already turned it in. You're just fixing it. You can still get 100% on those things. Okay, but if you haven't turned it in, if it's the first time turning it in, now you're subject to that 40% penalty. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's do some day 2 type of stuff here going on. We had yesterday, you had a video on 2.4, day number 1. It talked about writing the equation of a line given 2 different conditions, given the point and the slope of the line. And then the second condition was given 2 points. Okay? So we're going to take that and we're going to expand on that a little bit more today. We're going to go a little more in depth with those today. Okay? So the third style of, or the third conditions that we will give you, okay, is we're giving you a point and then a different line with a specific condition. Okay? So, for instance, we're going to be talking. Oops, I shouldn't have gone full off on the shade. We'll only go half with the shade. Okay? So, for instance, the 2 conditions that we're going to talk about are going to be parallel and perpendicular. Okay? So remember, parallel, we have the same slope. Perpendicular, we have opposite reciprocal. Oops, spelled that wrong. Opposite reciprocal slopes. Okay. So those are the 2 different conditions that you have to be wary of as we go through this. All right? Let's try one here. So it says find the equation of a line that passes through the point 3, 4 and is perpendicular to y equals 3x minus 8. Well, first off, I look at the given line. And the slope of that given line is what? And now you can hold hands up, or you can hold numbers up with your fingers in the chat, and then hopefully we get a few more people to turn their cameras on and we can see what's going on. Okay? So what's the slope of that given red line? Okay? I see lots of these out there, or lots of these actually. Okay? Lots of 3s. Okay? Because that is true. The slope of that line is 3. Okay? So since the slope of that line is 3, and I want to be perpendicular. Oops, that didn't switch over. Well, that's okay. Come on. There, now it's purple on my board. Okay. That slope of that line is perpendicular. Okay. So that means the slope that I am going to use is going to be opposite, means it's going to be negative, Reciprocal means I'm going to take 3 over 1 and flip it around to 1 over 3. Okay? So that's the slope that I'm going to use now. And I'm going to use the point 3 comma 4. Now it becomes just like a problem that you had yesterday. Okay? You now have a point, given a point, and a slope. We're asking you to find the equation of a line. It doesn't tell me which form it needs to be in, so we're going to assume then y equals mx plus b. Okay? So we're going to start with the point slope form. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Okay? So then that's going to be y minus 4 equals negative 1/3. Oops, I should have waited a little bit longer. Purple didn't kick in. Come on, smartboard. I know you want to work for me. Times x minus 3. Okay. Distribute the negative 1/3. Y minus 4 equals negative 1/3 x. Negative 1/3 times negative 3 is positive 1. Add 4 to both sides. And the equation of the line that I get is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 5. As soon as it all fills in. I promise I wrote it. There it goes. Yeah. Good? Thumbs up, good. Thumbs to the side. I'll take a quick pause for you guys to catch up. Thumbs down, I say, whoa, we got to go over something. Okay, all right. Find the slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the point 5, 8, and A is parallel to, and then B is perpendicular to that particular line. Okay? So if somebody wants to unmute and tell me what the first thing that we should do is. Or you can put it in the chat too. I'm watching the chat also. So you can either chat it or unmute it. First thing we should do. No, Aiden, we shouldn't cry first. What's the first thing we did yesterday? What's the first thing we did in the last example? Let me go back a slide. What was the very first thing that we did in this problem? Find the slope. Thanks, Noah. Yes. We are going to first find the slope of the given line. If we have 2 points, the first thing we have to find is the slope. If we have a point and a slope, we've already found the slope, so that one's been done for us. But we need the slope of it. So let's find the slope of this one. Yes. Okay? So how am I going to find the slope of the given line? One word could be a number or a word, and then one letter. How are we going to find the slope of this line? And then do what? So basically, what's the whole process that you're doing? Well, I like the move the 3x. What's your end goal there, Allie? That's what I like. Yep, we're going to solve for y. Okay, yep, or we're going to get y by itself. Okay, so we're going to get negative 2y equals negative 3x plus 13 there. Then I got to divide everything by negative 2. And that's going to give me y equals positive 3. Oops, I doubled it. Positive 3 halves x minus 13 halves. There. What is the slope of that line? 3 halves or negative 13 halves? Which one? You can just give me 3 or 13. It would be 13 this way. 3. So 3 halves. So this one right here is the slope of my line. Okay? So in part A, where I want to be parallel, whoa, why did it switch to green all of a sudden, or black all of a sudden? Must have gotten too close to the tray. So when I'm parallel, my slope would stay the same. So the slope that I'm going to use is 3 halves. And I go through and I do my y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1 formula. I'm using this point right there in both cases. So y minus 8 equals 3 halves times the quantity x minus 5. Distribute y minus 8. I didn't even get close to the black that time. Three halves x minus 15 halves. Okay. Now, I'm going to add 8 there, but in my brain, okay, I'm going to really be adding 16 halves. Anybody know why I'm adding 16 halves instead of adding 8? Anybody? Good job, Dates. Yep, we got to have common denominators. Yep, so 8 is 16 halves. 16 divided by 2 is 8, so I'm really adding the same thing. So my first answer here to question part A is going to be y equals 3 halves x. Negative 15 halves plus 16 halves is positive 1 half. And that is the answer to part A. Now we have to go to part B. Part B said we needed to be perpendicular to that line. So what would the perpendicular slope be? Come on, come back up. It's easier to do it this way. There we go. What would the perpendicular slope be for our line 3x minus 2y equals 13? Anybody? Perpendicular slope to our red line. What do you got, Gabe? Love it. Yep. Negative 2/3. Opposite and reciprocal. So opposite makes it negative, reciprocal flips it over. Okay? Love it. So now we're going to go through the same process, except the difference is now we're going to use a different slope. Okay? So that's going to be y minus 8 is still going to stay the same. Instead of 3 halves, now it's going to be negative 2/3, and it's going to be x minus 5. Okay. Distribute again. There we go. Now we're going to have y minus 8 equals negative 2/3 x plus 10/3 when it finally gets done. Again, I am going to add 8, but now instead of adding 8 onto the right side, I'm going to add 24/3. Again, so I have common denominators. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move myself out of here. And then that's going to give us, for the answer for B, would be y equals negative 2/3 x plus 34/3. Okay. Good times. Okay. I would like you to now do this problem, very much the same as the one that we just did, except now I want answers in standard form, please. So I'll give you a couple of minutes here to do this particular problem, while I also take the attendance. Looks like if we ever had to get pizza for class, I'd be getting a lot of pepperonis. Ben, I see you. Just didn't get your pizza topping yet. Selena, hers yet. There we go. Oh, it's the 1st of October today. All right, if you're not done, that's fine. I am going to start, however. Move myself back over in the corner. Why is it being so loopy? So first off, we need to find the slope of the line that is given. So the slope is 7/6. So in A, we want to be parallel. So our parallel slope is going to be m equals 7/6. Point slope form says y minus 4 equals 7/6 times the quantity x plus 3. I love this smartboard. Now it's just randomly changing colors on me. X plus 3. Okay. Distribute. Y minus 4 equals 7/6x plus 21. Actually, we would have to go 21/3. We could go 7/2 there. Or 21/6, I should say. We could go 7/2 there and have it in reduced form. I like that better. Adding 4 to both sides. Instead of adding just 4, I'm going to add 8/2 to that side. That's going to give me y equals 7/6x plus 15/2. It said we need it to be in standard form, so I'm going to take this opportunity to rid ourselves of any and all fractions. So I am going to multiply the entire equation by 6. 6 will get rid of all fractions. So that's going to then be 6y equals 7x plus 45. 6 divided by 2 is 3, times 15 is 45. Now I need to get x and y on the same side. So I would have negative 7x plus 6y equals 45 as one possible answer I would accept. The other answer that I would accept here would be 7x minus 6y equals negative 45. Either one of those. Okay? So that is part A. Part B says now we need to be perpendicular to that one. So our slope then is going to be negative 6/7. Y minus 4 equals negative 6/7 times x plus 3. Y minus 4 equals negative 6/7 x minus 18/7. Add 4, add 28/7. Y equals negative 6/7 x plus 10/7. Again, get rid of the fractions now. I'm going to multiply everything by 7. 7y equals negative 6x plus 10. Whoa. Whoa. That was kind of funky. Gives me a final answer here for B of 6x plus 7y equals 10. Okay. Oh, forgot to circle my answer. Thumbs up on those two? Good, good, good. Love it. Okay. Quick one here. Find the equation of the line passing through that point and parallel to x equals 5. I thought this was the last one. Okay. Last example here. So this is a special one because x equals 5 is a vertical line. Okay? So other vertical lines then would be of the same type of form. Okay? So we need the answer to this equation would be x equals some number that goes through that point, which would be 2, because that's the x part of it. Okay? Vertical lines are parallel to other vertical lines. Vertical lines are perpendicular to horizontal lines, okay? And vice versa. Horizontal lines are parallel to other horizontals. Horizontal lines are perpendicular to vertical lines. Okay? So if you see those just x equals or just y equals type lines, those make them go real fast. Okay? That is all I have for you today. Couple of quick reminders first off. So you should be able to now, on your to-do list before 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, you should, 1, finish the week 4 worksheet. You have enough tools in your toolbox right now to finish that worksheet. Actually, I've had some people already turn it in. Okay, so you can do that. And you have a formative this week, 2-1, 8 questions long. Okay. There's a mixture of, there's some graphing on there, there's some writing of equations and things of that nature, more from this week than from last week. Okay? So you have those 2 things to accomplish before 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Okay? Have a great, grand, and wonderful weekend.